Hey everyone, welcome back to Leggari Products. Today we're going to show you the application to our Epoxy Floor Kit number 1. It has a titanium base and black highlights. The highlights are applied in a small vein pattern and then blended with a roller. Watch how simple it is to give your floors a new look using Leggari's Epoxy Floor Kits.
Before we get started on today's video, we wanted to let you know that we're on our way to 800,000 subscribers, and we've noticed that a huge percentage of you guys that watch our videos every week are not subscribed to our channel. It only takes seconds out of your day to press that subscribe button, especially if you enjoy this content. We launch videos every week so you can get notified every time there's a new one. Thanks for all your support. We hope you enjoy the video.
So our primer, a 1.5 gallon kit, once you add water, should do at least 500 square feet. And we recommend rolling that primer out with a 3/8 inch snap roller. Notice Tyler is de-shedding the roller right now. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. You just want to measure that out. We're only doing 135 square feet here. So Tyler's mixing up, anywhere from 50 to 60 plus ounces of the primer. You want to mix it up really well, you can use a stir stick like he's doing, or you can use an electric drill on low RPM and just until it mixes, and our primer and our top coat mixes together very quickly, very easily, because it is water-based. He's using a 9-inch roller here, pretty standard size roller. If you have a much bigger floor than this, you're going to want to do an 18-inch roller. It's the same process. We still recommend 3/8 inch snap roller, dip and rolling, and then an 18-inch roller will, make a quick work of it. Notice the coverage. We get beautiful coverage with our WB primer. Pigments really, really well. If you don't have time to do the epoxy the same day, then don't start the primer. It's best if they kind of cure together. We're gonna let that set up for about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half. When it's hotter, it sets up even faster. When there's airflow, it sets up faster. You just want it tacky. Great spike shoes. If they're not already available on our website, they will be soon. This is a 3-gallon kit that is used for this floor. This is a 135 square foot floor, and we're going to be doing 2 gallons of A and 1 gallon of B. Now what he's doing here is he wants to see how transparent it is. And notice how you can't see any of the stick through that. That's how we know it's pigmented. Now if you pull that mixing stick out and you can kind of see through it and it's transparent, you need to add a little bit more metallic. So we're gonna dump all of that mixture after we mixed it for 2 or 3 minutes into a brand new bucket and scrape all the sides, scrape the bottom into that bucket. Now, all the resin that was not mixed on the side of that bucket is now going into the center of the second bucket. This also allows us, if you do this, it also allows us to keep the bucket upside down on the project and not worry about some of those components that are unmixed eventually dripping down the side of that bucket onto the floor and creating soft spots and ruining it. Now what he's doing is just dumping a bead out all along the perimeter. So we really like to focus on the perimeter and then fill in the inside. It makes your life so much easier. It makes the job go quickly. And so we can really focus on the edges because they take the most time. And then it's really easy to just go along the middle and just kind of fill it in. So we're going to be using a squeegee or a magic trowel, and then we're going to be cross rolling. Once you have the perimeter done, you can just move across the floor like this and just kind of pull that pile, those beads in the middle and the excess you have on the edges, you're just beginning to spread it all the way across the floor. And sometimes it'll get thinner, sometimes it'll get thicker. That's okay. Once you got the roller soaked up, you're going to go from wall to wall, or at least whatever area you're working in, from one side of the room to the other. And you're just going to overlap about halfway every time you pass, and you're just going to go all the way across. And it will actually pick up resin in the thick spots and kind of drop it off in the thin spots. So he's just randomly just kind of drizzling out with a paint stick, just dipping it in that and just drizzling out all over the floor. Now this is a very elegant high-end look where we don't want a lot of black in this floor. We're just trying to create a two-tone look, a lot of variation. So the silver will actually have a lot of variation within the silver spectrum by itself. It'll have a lot of highs and lows, but the black will add even more depth to that. And that's what we're going for here. Now he's using kind of a swirl technique. So you'll use the same roller because the roller is already soaked up, but you're just rolling over the piles randomly, just moving from one side of the floor to the other. Very, very easy technique. Very easy technique. All right, now we're spraying denatured alcohol and you're just flooding this thing. Now, it's flammable, so it makes your pilot lights are off, you have plenty of airflow, wear a respirator, but this will really, any bubbles that form because we swirled the floor so much, it'll just help them pop if there is any. Usually there's not a lot, there's only a few, but the other thing it does is it just helps create that glass smooth surface. So that thing will just level out very quickly, and it'll just help it continue to self-level and marbleize together. And don't worry about any roller lines. Notice all the roller lines on the floor. It'll look perfect here the next day. It'll move for a couple hours. And notice how beautiful the floor looks. It looks perfectly marbleized, lays out glass smooth, and just absolutely beautiful.